I see you're back.
It's my calling. The ocean is my calling.
That's all well and good. But do you know where you're taking us?
To the edge of the earth.
I thought Earth was a sphere.
Only if you want it to be.
I think I'd rather it be a sphere than have an edge we can sail.
Have you no sense of adventure? No sense of wonder? Trisha, Blackburn speaking.
Trisha, something terrible has happened.
A lot of terrible things have happened to me, but I'm okay with it all now. I've accepted the truth.
Captain Hardcase is dead.
What? He's what?
Some nutcase took him hostage to try and get President Crook to pardon his brother. There was a struggle. Mac was shot and died on the spot.
This isn't real. None of this is real.
You're overwhelmed. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
I'm okay. We've all died before.
This is different.
I know I'm meant to think so.
Trisha, are you taking your antipsychotics?
Usually.
That needs to be always, or we'll have to bring you back inside. You don't want another incident.
Okay.
There's something else you should know. Mac was probably going to die in a month or so anyway. He was sick, but didn't want anyone to know.
Oh, I'd wondered why he wasn't progressing like the rest of us.
We're going to hold a little service in Riverside Cemetery on Saturday at 9:30 a.m.
Have you told the others yet?
Clay, but not Misty.
I'll call Misty and tell her. Maybe it'll be easier coming from me.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Again, if there's anything I can do.
I could have asked her to end the experiment, but I don't know if she's the one running it. If in doubt, play along. I can see that writing Captain Hardcase out of the story was a desperate attempt to make me feel everything is real and weighty and consequential, but they miscalculated there. Captain Hardcase being secretly terminally ill and battling a gunman who took him hostage? That's not the sort of thing that happens in real life, is it? It's an attempt to inject drama and see how I'll react. And I'll play along. For now.
QuietPlease.org presents Beyond Awakening. Starring Gwyneth Knight as Trisha Blackburn. Episode 17, Adrift.
Saturday, the 3rd of July, 2038. That's the day we laid Captain Hardcase to rest. They say bad luck comes in threes. It was 33 Celsius when I arrived at 9:30 in the morning. My chair was third from the right in our semicircle. I learned I was to be the third speaker. If you need proof that this so-called reality is designed, look no further.
Trisha Blackburn, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Miss Fang. I'd like to tell you all that Mac Hardcase is in a better place now. That he's in a world where he can be himself, where he can thrive. But how can I tell you that? I don't know where he is, if he's anywhere. I don't know which of the worlds we lived through together was real, if any of them. I don't know if Captain Hardcase was ever real, or just a character programmed into a simulation made for me. I don't know if all of you here today are real, some of you, or none of you. I don't know if I'm really here speaking to you. What I'm saying is, I know nothing. And Mac Hardcase, if he was real, was in the same boat. He didn't know anything either, and was made painfully aware of it. It's a scary boat to be in, especially if you're trying to row it alone in a storm without a paddle. So let's not judge him if he struggled. Let's not judge him if he failed, if he kept things from us, if he maybe sought out his death. He was a victim of a series of accidents, as are we all.
Are you okay, Trisha?
I'm fine. Thank you, Dr. Vatika. How are you?
A little confused by your speech.
Those who need to understand it will have understood it.
Are you still seeing Dr. Peterson?
Every week.
Good.
You'll notice the headstone says Ray Lotus. Ray's parents paid for that years ago. I'm having it modified to engrave the name Mac Hardcase in the lower half. Ray Lotus, 1995 to 2035. Mac Hardcase, January 18th, 2038 to June 30th, 2038. A brief life, but one of earth-shaking significance. I think I can say with confidence that Ray would have been proud.
$1995 plus 2035 is 4030. 4030 was the year of Captain Hardcase's birth on the Clerd calendar. 2038 minus 2035 is 3. Another 3 for bad luck. The service was over. We all went home. We split up. We weren't a team anymore, just 3 individuals. 3.
That bothers you, doesn't it?
It makes me hearken back to a past that never was. Glory days from a machine's imagination.
Most people do the same thing. Yearning for simpler times they've misremembered or never lived.
I've noticed. There are so many delusions in this society, that's just one of the most popular.
Delusions aren't all bad. Sometimes they give us the hope we need in terrifying circumstances. What about you, Trisha? Have you had any more reality distortions this week? Time freezes? Edits? Loops?
They don't seem to happen when I take the meds.
Good.
But I don't feel myself when I take them. I get restless, but I move sluggishly. My emotions feel blunted, the good ones as well as the bad ones.
These are normal side effects.
Calling it normal doesn't make it better. It takes 3 days off the meds to feel myself again.
You have to keep taking your meds. Do you want to end up like your friend Hope?
What's so wrong about being like her?
She's penniless and homeless, camping on a public beach in the cold, a miserable life.
She doesn't seem miserable to me.
Maybe that's because you have money and take her places, and she enjoys getting that from you.
She's not like that.
Well, anyway, you want to be successful in life, right?
I don't define success the way Americans do.
How do you define it?
Success is becoming fully me. Self-actualization.
How will you know when you've achieved that?
I'll know because I'll still feel myself in any circumstance, any world. I won't have to change myself when things change around me.
Good luck with that.
Change works both ways. Nothing we see, nothing we experience in this world is just itself. The object can only exist within the subject, the perceived within the perceiver. And we can never know what it'd be in itself. Everything is an interpretation. everything is shaped by us as much as it shapes us in turn. Most of the time, we're not conscious of this. We see patterns in everything because we're pattern-matching machines. I can't stop seeing threes now. It seems like every time I look at a clock, it's 3:33. My apartment number is 33. All but one of the 10 digits in my phone number is a multiple of 3. The beach where Hope lives is the 3rd exit north of the Golden Gate Bridge. Some people see the Virgin Mary in their toast. I see 3 pieces of toast and 3 utensils by the plate. With the meds, I see 3s and think about how I'm imposing them into my experience. Without the meds, I see 3s and think an outside force is using them to communicate something to me.
The end is coming.
What do you do when you're minding your own business at home and out of nowhere, it sounds like Armageddon is raining down on you? I wondered if this was a new form of hallucination, a dramatic new breaking away from reality, if reality it was, or breaking through some invisible wall to the next illusory world. Maybe the battle I could hear was leaking through from the true reality into my consciousness. Maybe the Clerg were attacking Earth. Maybe the Clerg were attacking wherever I really was. Maybe it was Confederation forces come to free me from the Clerg. And when I stepped out, I saw explosions in the sky, but not the horrible explosions I expected. Beautiful explosions. Great bursts of color in wonderful patterns. And for the first time in a while, I felt seized by a sudden hope. There's beauty in this world. And the things that sound the most horrible can also be the greatest beauties. And I don't mean to make it sound like my life had nothing good going on. I'd been learning to play the piano, and even through the meds, music could still elevate me to a degree. And Hope would often live up to her name and try to give me hope.
Trisha, have you ever looked up who you were? I mean, who used to live in your body?
Nah, I don't think it matters.
Haven't you ever wondered how she died so young?
No, I haven't.
I'll tell you anyway. She was Olivia Hargrove, Livy to her friends. Abused by her parents, ran away from home at 16, lived on the streets, sold her body, died of a fentanyl overdose.
That's nice. What do you think it should mean to me?
It should make you realize your life isn't so bad. Sure, you got demons, we all do. But Olivia would have loved to trade places with you.
I should stop feeling bad because she had it worse?
You should stop feeling bad because you've been given a wonderful second chance. This life is her second chance. And just by chance. She wasn't rich. She didn't buy herself a second life like Ray Lotus. She only ended up at Monolith Eigen because they needed another well-preserved, brain-dead body to experiment on.
So I won a beauty contest for corpses. Hooray!
You're the best-looking undead person on the planet right now.
I won't tell Misty you said that.
What about Erhard?
I think he knows he wasn't in the running. Those days on the beach were special. The weather was miserable, even though it was summer now. About 15 degrees Celsius, usually foggy until past noon. The water was too cold for me to ever go all the way in. But the sea was still a comfort. The vast ocean still protected me from whatever was on the far side. The immensity still reassured me that life would go on with or without the human race. For all the ways humanity has attacked the earth, polluted the land, warmed and acidified the ocean, wiped out species after species, nature will still win in the end, changing herself until we die, like an immune system fighting an infection.
Do you ever think you made the wrong decision? By choosing reality over the simulation?
What decision? There was no decision. We had no idea what this would be like. You fed us just enough to keep us curious. There was never any chance we'd say no. You manipulated us into this.
Did I?
You did.
I didn't realise. This happens so often in science. You think you've set up your experiment perfectly, but it turns out you're subconsciously influencing it to your desired outcome.
Have you noticed the protests lately? There was a lull for a few months, but seems like they're growing again.
Trisha, I work in the most protested building in the city. I just tune it out. Like people who live next to train tracks.
They're after your job, but they're after my head.
Just make sure you don't talk to your neighbours. If anybody gets to know you, you could be compromised.
That's no way to live.
It's the only way to live.
You know what I mean.
Look, Trisha, I've got to get back to work. Why don't you talk to Misty?
It was a good question. Why don't I talk to Misty? We're in the same boat. She seems lonely. She doesn't have anyone like Hope. She tried to arrange weekly lunches, and I'd probably made her feel I didn't care when I told her I couldn't do set times because of my sleep disorder. Maybe that made things awkward between us. She needed that structure, that certainty of seeing each other every week. But I can't do structure. Structure is essential to survival in this chaotic universe. We have to interpret our experiences through a paradigm. Is it a duck or is it a goose? Is it the summer sun making me sweat? Or is it the heat of a Clerg interrogation center? Every sensation can mean something different depending on what worldview I drop it into. And this is all well and good when you know which worldview to drop things into. But if you begin to flip between them, to alter your paradigms too fast, then you lose your sanity.
Maybe there is no truth, no reality.
That doesn't make any sense. There has to be something.
What if there's only what we experience and how we choose to interpret it?
But it has to mean something. Everything has to mean something.
Maybe only the unbroken whole of the experience is meaningful, not any of the parts.
Do you believe that?
I don't know what I believe.
Hope, have you always been homeless? Don't laugh.
Sorry. I grew up middle class, studied hard, became a marine biologist, got married. I was always weird. They called it schizoaffective disorder, but I was functional.
What happened?
Most science funding got cut off in the 2020s. I got laid off like so many others, including my husband. And then I got sick and didn't have insurance. Lost everything. Went through a divorce, mental issues got worse. A year of post-viral syndrome kept me from slowing down my slide into oblivion until it was too late. That was 11 years ago. So I tried to make the best of it, enjoy my freedom.
Do you wish you could have your old life back? The normal life?
Do you wish you could be back on the ranch with your polycule? It's the same thing.
Is it?
Do you know the story of Humpty Dumpty? Did they put that memory in your backstory?
He had a great fall.
It's easy to destroy your life. It happens so quick, you don't realize it until it's over. But there's no putting it back together again. At least not in this country. This land, rugged individualism, where all the king's horses and all the king's men will scold Humpty Dumpty for being a lazy bastard until he pulls himself up by his bootstraps and puts himself together again.
It's a cruel world.
The world you come from, the imaginary world where you grew up, is it so different?
Cruel things happened in that world. My brother drowned. Billions were enslaved by the Clerg, but somehow it didn't feel like a cruel world. I think because it all felt like it was for a purpose, part of a master plan.
And of course it was.
But waking up and discovering the plan ruined everything.
Better to know there's a plan than to know what the plan is.
Because once you know what the plan is, there's no more magic. Minutes never enough. No plan could satisfy.
And you can't unknow something once you know it, no matter how much you might like to.
That used to be so.
It's not anymore.
Monolith Eigen has changed the rules. They can make me believe or unbelieve whatever they choose. Dr. Peterson, am I insane?
Sometimes the only proper response to what life throws at you is to go insane.
You think it's okay?
No, I just think you're not to blame. Your circumstances are to blame.
So instead of changing myself, I should change my circumstances?
If you have the means to do so.
The only happy part of my life wasn't real.
It's real for you. Everyone lives in fantasies crafted for them. Books, movies, VR, all that.
I could ask if they'll let me go back.
Into the simulation.
But I need to talk it over with my friend.
In the simulation, was your life fulfilling?
Yes, and exciting.
You were happy?
Yes, I think I was. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was.
Then you gotta do it. You gotta go back.
Even though it's fake?
Who knows what's real? I don't think this is real either, but suppose it is. It still sucks. Being sure it's real would just make it suck more. Would just destroy all hope. And if they can edit your memory to make you believe an existence you like is the real one, you gotta leap at that.
But isn't there something, I don't know, just wrong about choosing to be programmed for delusion?
If it's a delusion that makes you happy, better wrong than right. I really, really wish I had the opportunity you've got. Trisha, look at me. Look at my life. I'd give anything to be programmed for a happy delusion.
I'll miss you.
No, you won't. They'll either delete me from your memory entirely, or edit it so you think I wasn't real.
Then I guess I better tell you how much you've meant to me. You've been my best friend on this planet.
No, give me a hug.
I'll try to convince them to let you live in my apartment.
But it's so far from the ocean. Your apartment is so far from the ocean.
You can have my car and come back here whenever you want. I've still got residuals from that TV show.
You don't have to do that for me.
I won't be needing money where I'm going. Trisha Blackburn speaking.
Hi, it's Clay. I'm wondering if you've ever given any thought to the possibility of going back into the simulation.
What a coincidence. Just what I was talking about when you called.
I think all three of us should discuss it in person.
Yes.
The Sunny Oak Cafe, noon Tuesday.
I'll be asleep then. Same time Friday works for me, though.
All right, Friday it is.
Beyond Awakening Episode 17, Adrift, was written and produced by Paul Narum. It starred Gwyneth Knight as Trisha Blackburn. Also featured were Ashley as Hope, Mel Crushmore as Dr. Minnie Moreau, Alex Foote as Dr. Peterson, Rue Ryder as Rosita Lotus, David Loftus as Clay Earhart, Steph Canapa as Misty LaQuille, Adam Wade as Mech, Swina Mangal as Dr. Maya Vatika, Renai Jordan as Trisha's Dream Voice, and Kate J. White as CEO Martha Bang. This is Paul Narum. Music licensed from Joel Studler and Creative Commons Zero and public domain sources. Special thanks to our backers who made this possible. Gladys Mangente, EVD, Dave, Capable T001, Jamie Henderson, Sydney Amanya, Joanne Phillips, George Williams, Steph, and Kyle Walkinghat. To learn more about Beyond Awakening or support the show, go to quietplease.org/awakening. Thanks for listening.